Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me how I make that growly monsterish kind of sound that you hear in the beginning of the section of the song in the last tutorial. You know, this sound. Okay, well, in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how I made this sound. Now, because I can't remember by memory how exactly I made this sound, because I did use FM8, I'm just going to go into FM8 itself, and then I'm going to explain each part that I did whenever I made it. Okay, so we're going to open up FM8, and this is the one with the sound. Okay, so yeah, this looks really complicated, but what I'll probably end up doing is I'll just upload a patch, and then it'll be down in the description box so you can download it. It's not going to sound like this whenever you first get it, because you will have to play around with the EQ a little bit, which I'll show you that in a minute. But what transforms the sound, this is really great, you don't have to map 20 different parameters to a macro just to make it work. So watch this and you'll see which one. There's only one parameter that really needs to be moved here. This one. This parameter right here, whenever this changes, it changes the entire sound. It's and you really don't have to do much outside. You don't have to do much outside of that to get that sound. It's just, and all I changed it to was I had it move from, let's see, I had it move from 0 to 80. If you move it, I think if you move it any more, it'll probably get that white noise kind of sound that you really don't want to. But this one just goes straight up. Now, also what I did, kind of like what I did over here, actually it's the exact same thing, with my feedback sound. I took a simple delay, and then I turned each one to time, because you can change it from sync to time, and I changed both of them to time, and I set one at 30 milliseconds, then I changed the other one to 10 milliseconds. And then I brought the dry wet up to about 70 right here. So it widens up the sound a little bit, see? And if I don't have it on, it's right in front of you. Now this is completely optional, but I do prefer it over the mono kind of right in front of you sound. Like that way the monster sound kind of takes over your song, and it gives it more power. Following this simple delay, spreading out the sound, I put this Omicide on it, and all I did was I used a porridge and a Smarty, and those are the only two that I used really. And then I moved this one over here to fat and this one over here to sharp. Not all the way, but this one's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it doesn't really matter. And then on this side it's about 2, 3 o'clock. And each one, the gain is up about halfway. And that's about all I did on this one. Make sure you don't click on the X's or the star, just keep it the same. Okay, and then that'll just kind of fatten up the sound a little bit. It'll kind of make it a little bit more growly, a little bit more monstery, because if I have it off, it's still kind of got that sound, but if I turn it on, it's much stronger, it's much bigger sounding. The last thing I did, which is the most time-consuming part, was I modulated this EQ. I modulated 1 and 3, but I modulated them both at the same time. This one only moves from left to right, But this one, the gain changes as the frequency changes. As you can see, this one kind of makes a backwards circle, and that's what kind of gives it that BLARGH kind of sound. So on my EQ, here's the frequency for number 1. So as this one goes, the frequency only makes the one move from right to left right here. And frequency 3, this one has more of a curve to it. So that's why it's a little bit more round. It looks more like a circle. And you can see that as I move it across, the 3 makes a counterclockwise circle. And I'm changing the gain as well. And first the gain goes down to give it that scoop, and it comes back up. And while the frequency is going down, the gain is going up, and then it goes back down to make that circle. Basically, whenever you make yours, you can play around with the EQ as much as you want to get all sorts of crazy sounds. But this is what mine does, and this is what mine looks like. And if they both work together, then you're gonna get a better sound. So, and it's kind of got that little noise at the end of it, kind of stopping the BLARGH sound. It just kind of and this one doesn't, but this one does. And of course I can. See, this one kind of, whenever it goes, it scoops around and then it comes back down. This messes with every band, and it inverts this one just for a split second so it can come and boost it and come back to the starting position. This one, as it moves to the right, it brings up that number 2 band. It doesn't invert it. It would if it was down here, or if it was like this. Well, it just kind of brings it up, and it kind of boosts that while this moves and kind of jumps from peak to peak. So the more you play with it, the stranger your sound will get, but that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It all depends on how much time you want to spend on trying to perfect your sound. This is by no means perfect, but it's just a sound that I thought was fitting for the track. So hopefully this little tutorial helped you out, and if it did, post a video response, and I'd love to see how your monster growly bass turned out. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. I'll post my SoundCloud in the description. You can check it out. I also have a Facebook page. If you like that I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the world to me. And I might post some of my signature sound patches if you like the page or whatever. So alright, thanks guys.